Guys, I think I'm live. I'm so sorry for those of you that got cut off and disconnected. It shows that I'm live right now, but I can't see any comments or any of you coming in. I most certainly hope. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I think I'm live. I'm so sorry for those of you that got cut off and disconnected. It shows that I'm live right now, but comments or any of you coming in. I certainly hope. Okay, I have a bit of a delay. Live chat. Okay, let me see. Gosh. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go ahead. I most certainly felt that a lot of us were feeling quite discombobulated. I most certainly have been feeling heavy in my heart, and it's interesting. I sent a message to a friend, and I just asked him how he was feeling, and he said he's feeling the same. And I could just feel like I don't know how to explain it, but as a channel, as a spiritual medium, as a human being, it's just labels, and we all channel, we all mediums in our own way. And I know that a lot of us are feeling perhaps the vision that comes to mind is like bleh. And I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you, but I just feel like I've been kind of like stretched. And I did a channeling earlier on, and it was quite interesting. I came back and I was still feeling this energy of again this bleh, like that's how like sometimes English doesn't describe how I'm feeling. And I don't know if you guys feel the same or can understand this. Sometimes I don't articulate myself clearly as well. So after sharing this message with his friend, I just thought, you know what, I can't but not be honest. And I said to my husband, is he feeling the same? He's like, yeah. And then I had a moment where I just got the shits with the governments. Okay. I just got the shits. I was just like, I'm just so over seeing seeing so much that I feel like we've been shackled for so long, and I feel like a lot of us want to bring our voices forward. And I can feel the intensity in my heart. So sometimes I sit on the fence. I am a fence sitter. I don't like confrontation as much as I can be fiery. I have a lot of fiery energy in me, but I always would like to choose the peace. I would always like to choose love over and above everything else. But I just burst into tears earlier on because I was just like, oh, like what is life? It's just like, and I had the shits with the government. And because I know so many of us are feeling this pull, like we feel like we're starfishes. And those of us that are incredibly sensitive, a lot of people a lot of my clients have been through a lot of um, these topsy-turvy emotions, but also just life. Life has just been like, like just thrown at us. And I just said to my husband, I don't know what I'm feeling. I just feel it in my heart. It's like, it's just this intensity. So I thought, you know what, let me do a live. For those of you here, I think I can see, I don't know if anybody is on the live at the moment. Um, but oh, hang on. Well, that worked. You look live to me. Okay. Dance, thank you for sharing that. I'm glad that I'm live. And it's just this moment of It's just a whole, like I feel like I'm in this turmoil, and I feel like I'm in this, as a kid when I used to go into a tire and you're just rolling and rolling and rolling down a hill and you want to stop, but you just can't stop. So um, that's how I don't do lives very often. I think this is the second one I've done in a very, very long time. And I was sitting outside and I got this message: be brave and courageous. Say it like it is. And then I go, "Ugh." And I just thought, what the hell? You know what? If we can come together as light workers, star seeds, and we squeeze ourselves and we bring the elevation of consciousness and help ourselves and ourselves to feel different, then I think we're winning. We're winning. I know a lot of us, and I just feel deeply, and I feel this intense energy um, of change. And I know a lot of us are kind of going, you know, when is it going to happen? I most certainly am feeling it too. I'm like, when is this going to happen? When is this change going to happen? Yes, we're waiting for this, and then we're waiting for that, and then we're waiting for the war to stop, and then we're waiting for that. And we know suffering, guys. We know suffering, and this has been going on for a very, very, very long time. So my thought is to bring the Council of Eight through. And the only way I the only way forward for me is to most absolutely trust in your own individual knowings, and our own individual knowing, our own space of freedom. Like I said, I had the shits with the governments, with you name it. I was just like blah 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 blah, and I was just like, when did we just give away ourselves? When did we just give away our power? When did we just say, oh, it's okay, we'll just hand over more money, we'll just, it's when did this just be okay? So let me give you an example before I channel. So we have in New Zealand what's called ACC, and it's accident and claims and something or other. Anyway, so as a sole proprietor, they see what we've earned during the year, and then we get a certain amount that we have to, well, we are told a certain amount that we have to pay. And I got this last week, and I thought, they've given me the amounts, and I'm like, no, that doesn't work for me. I've got Christmas coming up. I've got family coming from South Africa. Nope. So I went back and I said, this is what I can afford to pay, and please make sure that this is all okay. And they came back today and they said, no problem. This is what we'll deduct. We'll deduct. That's a part of the system that we have been a part of for a very long time. And the reason why I had the shits is because I got really, really sick at one time. And when I went to them, and I also hurt my arm. And when you turn to these systems, then there's specifics. There's like these, like joint, like there's the dots. And if the dots don't add up, no, you don't get the money, even though you're paying towards the system. So I'm just giving you a little bit of a background spread as to how this has been a build up over the last few days. But anyway, they came back and said, no problem. This is what can be paid. So I was like, yay. But how many of us lose our voices? How many of us receive these emails and go, okay, no problem. Now imagine if we stood up together. Imagine if we all just said, no, no, guys, no, we are not anymore. And my hope is that this is part of my frustration. My hope is, and this is not love and light. I know that, okay? I'm very well aware of that. So for those of you, if this is too intense, I bless you, I bless you, I bless you, but I'm just feeling all the feels today, and it's not ideal. It's not ideal, but this is a choice that I'm putting this out there. I want to be very clear that I feel that it's important, and I don't know why. I'm not questioning the why. I just feel that it's important. So my hope is that some of us resonate, and that some of us can say, you know what? What the hell? Let's all. Hi guys, I'm so happy to have you here too. And but it's, when are we going to stand up and come together? and come together and say no. So this is where sometimes I feel like we fail ourselves in our own knowing. And our own knowing is our own truth. So, yes, I've just had a verbal vomit. So, thank you to all of you that are listening. Thank you to all of you that are here. But that's part of what I feel like is important. We've got to get the air out, okay, in order to rebuild. So, think of all these ancient cities. Think of just Egypt. I mean, so many people are connected to Egypt at the moment. And Egypt, for any of you that have been, I mean, all of these ancient cities are next level. How they have been built, how they have been created is way beyond anything that any of us could ever kind of, I think, intellectually try and understand. But I remember coming back from Egypt and saying to myself, I feel like we're dummied down. I feel like we've been dumbing ourselves down. And, we go through all these upgrades with computers, which are fabulous, but then we just keep linking into the systems and we keep, and then we need another upgrade and then the software needs to be upgraded. And I was just like, oh, when is enough going to be enough? So having said that, my thought was and my sense was, how can we come together? How can we share in this energy of purging? Because remember, our purging I feel is so necessary. I know I'm coming to step into this different way of becoming a truth speaker. And the truth hurts, guys. Being brutally honest, how many of us have friends and we say, tell us the truth? Yep, tell me how you truly feel about this and this and this situation. And when we hear the truth or we receive the truth, we don't like the truth. And, some of us are just here to do what we've got to do. So having said that, thank you to all of you for allowing this purge, for coming in this space together. And I know I'm just clicking into Peter. I know that you have incredible wisdom as well. You've written a few incredible. Valerie, hi Val, Dan's, Denise. Thank you for being here, guys. And I just hope that we know what divide is, we know what separation is, and it's like, look, it's like this. So what can we do to come together, to come back into our knowing? And the more we stand up, the more we stand together, the more we can find our voices, not from a place of anger. Because I feel this deep, it's kind of like the universe is stretching us. We're being stretched by our spirit teams. And I know when I'm feeling discombobulated, it feels like I'm going through what I would call a downgrade, but an upgrade, because I bitch and moan, as you can well hear. And then I go, oh, and then I sit with it. And then I go, okay, no, this is perhaps what is important. So again, remember, vibration is vibration is vibration is vibration. And the more we let go of what is needing to be said, perhaps, the more we can go through these spaces, the cleansing, and the cleansing comes in many different ways. So think of it like this, and I will channel, I promise. Think of it like this. Okay, we are a cell, mental, spiritual, emotional. Okay, so think of it like this. We are a cell, and we've got physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental. And at any one time, we are working on all of them. At any one time, we are working on all of those. But at sometimes, we're working on, like I'm working through the purging, I'm working through the emotions of uncomfortability, the emotions of, I feel like I'm grieving at this moment. But I'm also working on the physical. So the physical to get my body stronger. These wings hopefully will disappear. Thanks, Nana. Thanks, Mom. The mental is continuous and the spirit is who we are. The spirit is inside of us. But I'm also working on the physical with, interesting enough, going through a parasite cleanse. And it was something that I felt called to. And it's very, very symbolic for me because it's, if you think about it, we don't even know half the parasites that live within inside of our organisms, this organ, these organs that are inside of us. So you see how it's just, we're building and building and building and building and building, but we're a cell, we're a soul having a beautiful human experience, but a shitty human experience at the same time. And the more we can share together, the more we can let go. Let me just see, Peter, depends if your action is driven from aroused attachment or calm, detached emotional state. Not to mention lack. Yes, got you. Got you. Spot on, Peter. Um, okay. So here, not to mention, okay. Alrighty. Peter, I'm putting this out there to you. Can you explain in the message, depends if your action is driven from aroused, attached, or calm, detached emotional state. So with the calm, detached emotional space, is that like, okay, I'm calm, we're in it. I just know you're such a teacher. We're all teachers, we're all students and teachers, and that's why we're here to learn from one another. But my action was definitely from lack. That I can be open with. I'm not rating anymore. Oh, what do you mean? Tim, I'm not too sure what you mean. Um, okay, so we're all here to be teachers and students. And it is a time of coming together. And remember to walk, look at the name light walkers, star seeds. We all star seeds. We all have wisdom. We all hold wisdom. Light walkers, in order to be light in our bodies, how do we feel light in our bodies? Okay. So sometimes the purging, it's momentary. It's not a whole day. It's a moment in time. And the purging is, how do we speak our truth from I think what Peter was meaning was, okay, let me just see, calm and centered. Okay, got you. Got you, got you, got you. So that makes sense. And that is a work in progress. And it's probably one of the first times in a while that I felt triggered. But I do know there's a lot of filtering that's happening within the Earth's grids and the energetics that is all sort of coming together and aligning. But it would feel like this, and that's how I've kind of felt today. And I know when I'm just working through, it just feels like I'm swirling. And I had a beautiful meditation this morning, but then I just felt this disruption. So thank you guys. Thank you for being here, and sharing in this with me. And I'm going to channel. And unfortunately, I can't read your messages if you had any questions, but please join us. We have the Council of Eight community gathering coming up, not this weekend, the next weekend. And you're welcome to come with your questions in for the Council of Eight. So I'm going to close my eyes, take a few breaths, and I'll see you on the other side. We invite you all collectively within the consciousness of the oneness to come into your space of in light. When one is in their space of in light, and you have noticed the very difference between Michelle, when Michelle is Michelle the human, and who we are as we come through as the Council of Eight that we are. When one is in a space of light, one is in a space of breath. We say to you, one, we say to you all, that it is the time of change. these momentous yet miraculous shifts that you are all going through. This is in course. Notice how we say this. It is in course, in the due time. So think of it like this. When one wakes up in the morning, depending on where you live, if you have the wonderful miracle of having green grass grow around you, you will see dew drops on the green grass. Yet if you walk barefoot on the green grass, you will feel the grass being wet underneath your feet. This is part of the change that is happening, and Michelle has already mentioned it within the grids, and the grids are all the ley lines that are busy being smoothed out in the energetics of you as human beings. Yet everything, as you know, is interconnected, and everything, as you know, is within the consciousness of one. So as you come into your soul, and your soul is, that is it, plain and simple. Yet we know that in the energetic changes, the energetic imprints in this forced way of being, as many of you humans have been forced and forced and forced and forced, and this is the churning. Notice the energy we are showing you with Michelle's hands right now. This is the churning, this is the churning. And many of you are feeling the intensity of the churning from the old. These times that you are in go way beyond history. This is a time of coming into the forefront of your individual knowing. And we know there are many humans that are leaving at present. They are finding the intensity of being a human being, may we say, tough, hard, not easy. Yet those that are here right now, those that are seeing, those that are sensing, those that are all in the connection of the heart being, we know that you are feeling deeply for many millions of others. These are rapid times of change. These are a moment. Notice how we said that. And we will say to you over and over and over again, notice how, as it is about the how, not about the why. These times are nothing short of miraculous, and we say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you humans for showing up, for changing your frequencies. And as you are changing your frequencies, 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 you are shifting the vibration for humanity. So we applaud you. We applaud you one, we applaud you all for this time of becoming. We have said it once before and many times more that you are all here. We are here for you. We are here to walk with you on this journey, and we know that this journey of being in the cell, in the soul of a human being, there is so much information that is so descriptive, is it not? It is simple. Notice how everything is ingrained in the walls. And there's so much has been discovered, so much has been uplifted and changed, yet many of you will feel as if you are being clawed and held down. Many of you will feel as if you are being held captive. And this is the intensity of the energy, of the vibration of what Michelle was feeling today, as are many of you. This is the calm before the storm. So stay, and we know that there have been storms around. Many of you are smiling right now and saying, well, there have been storms, there have been floods. There is more in the making. Yet you humans are able to uplift and come together. And as you come together in the space of love, this is all that exists in time. This is all that is mattering at this moment, in this momental moment of changing. So the shift is now. This is happening for you, not to you. This is happening for you all. And we say to you, connect within. Do not become disturbed on the out. The out is an output, 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 shortage, 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 shortage. Think of it like this. If you were to put a plug into a socket, and the socket fuses the plug, yet it may disrupt and take out your whole computer. You may or may not be upset. Yet the electricity that with that plug-in, which then created the frequency for everything to go out. This is what we are sharing with you all. You are here to be the change. You are here to share within. You are here to show up for one another. Many of the great teachers and the masters shared compassion, kindness, love. This is what brings humans together in their cell of form. So for those of you who are hearing this right now, we say to you once again, as the angelic beings of light that we are, we know that these times are feeling chaotic, as Michelle had shared with you, feeling as if there are just these moments of stagnant energy. Find the breath. Find your joy. And as you find your joy, as you find your joy, as you find your letting go, it is interesting, as the very phone call that Michelle was receiving was the joy of family. So it is by no unmistakable time that you have been birthed into. This is a time of recognition. This is a time of you looking within to who and whom you are. We are excited for these changes. So please know that at times it will feel as if you're taking the plug out of the bath and the water is sucking you in. This is the energy that is happening right now in these huge magnetic shifts. And you are here to hold space. You are here to be. You are here for this time. We say thank you to one. We say thank you to all. And we will finish off with a blessing of light. Please allow yourselves to feel the frequency of lightness, of being uplifted, of shifting, 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 shifting the lack. Please close your eyes and allow your breath to flow through you. We say thank you. Namaste, everyone. Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm just going to read the messages. Okay, Peter. Love your accent. Thank you, Dan. Triggers are always the diamonds disguised as dog poo, right? Yep. So true. And when you stand in the dog poo, it smells, doesn't it? Yeah. So Peter said, embrace your joy and release your judgment. So easy to hang on to divisive opinions we identify with, but they only drive inner division. Thank you, guys. And sorry about you eating and me talking about parasites, Tim. Thank you for those of you who have been here. I'm really, really, really grateful. Uh, it's so interesting how this for me was the first time in a good few days, good few weeks, I would say, that I really felt kind of pulled in myself. So it's practicing meditation, continuously practicing to stay grounded and finding the joy. So thank you for that reminder, Peter. And thank you to all of you for being here. Guys, let's come together. Let's come together in this wonderful, wonderful playground that we live in. And sometimes, just sometimes for me, I do get caught up in and I don't like myself in those moments. I most certainly don't. But I most certainly do feel that it is time for us to stand up, and I I know that sometimes just silence is golden. So thank you, and I'm just kind of like, oh no, we're done. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I know it's late in the States, and what time do you eat, Tim? That's what I want to know. Um, Thank you to Grace for being here too, and I'm so grateful to all of you. Really, I the last time I did a live, I felt like, but I was keeping quiet. I was keeping quiet. I was going silent. Thank you to all of you, and we'll see you on the other side. And I love you. And without any of you, I wouldn't be here. So I'm truly, truly, truly appreciative. And if you'd like to book a session with the counselor, babe, not me, I promise you I get out the way. Please go to my website, michellecarpenter.co.nz, and they share your Akashic records and past timelines, and they're pretty spectacular. So thank you, thank you. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. And may we just shift, 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 and let's uplift. Oh, actually, there's a bit of a wrapping in that one, hey? And abundance. Thank you for that.